Hello and welcome to Property Box News. I'm Simon Evison. In this edition, I'll be looking at the upcoming PRA lending criteria changes and how they will affect the application process for mortgages. First though, with the political party conference season almost upon us, the housing crisis is likely to be top of their agendas. The Conservatives have yet to implement many of their housing policies mooted earlier this year, and over the summer recess more and more calls were made for reforms to tax changes, especially stamp duty. And the government must really come up with a solution to the chronic shortage of housing in this country. Indeed, Grania Gilmore, head of UK residential research at Knight Frank, concurs that it is clear the number of headlines in recent weeks point to a need for change. She also feels that a key topic will be the future of Help to Buy, the scheme which allows buyers of new homes to access a 20% equity loan to help pay for their deposits. Homes worth up to £600,000 in London and £400,000 in the rest of England are eligible for the scheme, which is due to end in 2021. Boosting the sales market is one thing, but without a kickstart in building actual houses, remember we've been under building for too many years in this country, there will always be a shortage of housing. A recent statistic I came across says that houses built these days need to last at least 2,000 years if housing need is to remain satisfied. There's a real opportunity for the government to curry favour with a large portion of the voting public if they are brave enough to reverse some of the punitive taxes recently imposed. Tell us your thoughts on what key aspects the government and other parties need to consider with the housing crisis in the comments below. Now, I've touched on mortgage lending criteria in previous items, and by September 30th, a new tranche of criteria will come into effect for portfolio landlords, which are those landlords with 4 or more properties. The Prudential Regulation Authority set these criteria out some time ago, and lenders have, in some part, been slow to respond and issue their stance. The underwriters will have to ensure you are not overexposed and stress test the portfolio by asking for the following information. Your property investment experience is the first thing, then the total amount of your mortgage borrowing across all properties. Number 3 is your assets and liabilities, including tax liability. 4 is the merits of any new lending in context of your existing buy-to-let portfolio together with your business plan. 4th is the historical and future expected cash flow from your portfolio, and finally your income both from property and elsewhere. So, be prepared to be asked for up-to-date property portfolio spreadsheet, a business plan, cash flow forecasts, your last 3 months bank statements, SA 302s, submitted tax returns, ASTs, and possibly income and expenditure statements for your portfolio. Across the board, it seems that lenders are dealing with the new criteria and emphasising it's business as usual, just with more admin involved. For the investor to be in the best position going forward, get your paperwork in order and keep your property portfolio spreadsheet up to date. If there's one message to offer at this stage, it is that every application from now on will need to be both accurate and fully completed. And we'd be interested to know what you've encountered with lending criteria so far, so please leave us a comment. And finally, were you a fan of the TV series Baywatch? If you were, then perhaps you'd like the legend that is the Hoff as your neighbour. David Hasselhoff has recently bought a beachfront condo on the little-known island resort of Gili Meno, which sits a short helicopter hop away from the islands of Lombok and Bali. He's among the first buyers at BASK Gili Meno, a new collection of 87 furnished luxury villas that start at $200,000 for a studio and rise to $1 million for a 3-bedroom beachfront villa like the Hoffs. And that's about half the price you'd pay in nearby Bali. Owners of the villas on this development get a month's personal use per year and guaranteed 7.5% rental income for the rest of the year. Slow motion running and red shorts and swimsuits are extras. That's all from me. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget, leave us a comment below, share with friends, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. She also feels that the likely subject top of the agenda, I could have just carried on. A short helicopter hop. Slow motion running shorts. from the island of Lombok and Bali Islands. Come on!